Hmm. Mhm.
I am one with the land. Ready for deployment. Fine and wisp, steady my hand.
Doesn't work like that. I won't even stack toughness.
I'm right for these legs. You're covered.
I'll put this on the field. Some little bird protection.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade.
Crap.
The rangs are bound with blades in hand.
Let them eat swords. En garde. Honor guide me. Counter and strike. Sharp blade, sharp mind. Noble end. Too easy.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Our ancestors are watching!
Two worlds, one balance.
Soldiers, to me!
I find them unworthy. I sense an imbalance.
En garde! Fall by my sword! Injustice!
Can't block that.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
The power of our order. For the glory and beauty of House Laurent.
Good grief.
Hmm.
Rivers shape the land and give it life.
I mean, he just pulls this and
I am
wins.
the rose, you are the thorn. Ha-ha!
Swiftly, fire.
Where is my second?
He skip block. My action.
Follow my lead!
Attack formation!
A taste of my skill.
Got him. That was weird. Why didn't he use Fiora to just kill me? He would have won if he used Fiora. Near Mercurio. Can you salute you? I can salute you. Here he is. Next about. Go get it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
He's gonna attack with that.
Barbarossa's name!
Boom. Straight to the dome. Hmm.
Discipline and steel! Show them our metal! Ready the torches! Light the signal fires!
Hmm.
Our strength is yours! Strength and grace, beauty in the blade. Barbarossans, stand together! You will not prevail.
Let's get out of here.
C'est Laurent? Ha!
Interesting. What's this up?
Soldiers, to me!
I think I'm probably on their turn. I think I'll be at 7. So if I'm at 7, I could probably go either Garen and then buff everything, or I can go Vanguard and then buff everything. So either one works really well. Alright. Yeah, kind of the plan. Ooh. I mean, I could play this and then buff that. I could use Garen. Nope. Let's buff that.
Avenge me.
Cool.
Our ancestors are watching!
Nice.
My shield is yours!
A symbol worth fighting for.
Okay. No! Man, I hate that thing. I really do hate that thing. Hmm.
My heart and sword for Demacian. Our banner will lead the way.
There's really nothing I can do about this. Yeah, I pretty much lost this. Seven. So overrun? He doesn't. Okay. Hmm. Mhm. did. Yeah. I was gonna wait for that thing. That thing was really messed up. If I had another turn, I could have probably got it. Is that one? Am I second? Yeah, I'm second. Okay, cool.
A foray into the field? How exciting!
If I didn't
Hey, why are
forge
you
it,
attacking on his turn?
won't fall it.
That was weird. No. It's popping off like that, huh?
Let's test my theorem.
A Demacian soldier is worth 10 foes. Victory lies ahead.
Cool.
Justice by my hand.
Nothing but a footnote. My writing.
Hmm. What number am I going to? Am I on 6? No, it's round 5. Alright.
Screaming helps not at all.
Block.
Justice will be served.
Let the show begin. Beaten down.
My shield is yours.
That's what he does. I mean, you could slap it up.
You're covered. Banish the unworthy.
Glory unrelenting.
Cool. I think it goes to 6, and it have 1 stored. Unless these 2 transfer over to stored, then I have 2 stored.
Get off my stage!
Okay, recall. Okay.
Press on.
No encore!
Alright.
Smile! It's called gunplay.
No.
Show them what we're made of.
Actually, I probably should just let it die. They can bring this back. That's fine. Oh, it's the draw card. Okay. I was like, what was the point of that? You could have a counter. You know what? Wait, what's he doing? Three, two, one. Yeah.
Virtue guides me. Follow my lead.
You're starting to bore me. They got me.
Cool.
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
You're enlightened.
Cease.
For the honor of my house.
The answer lies within.
What does she do? She copies spells.
One banner, one destiny.
I mean, he can return this and return another one.
Just you and me,
Yes,
Fishbones.
yes.
And them.
We could have counter. Yep, it's counter.
No. Strike for justice.
You return. Wait. Okay.
I'll give you to the count of strike that. Where is it?
You return it. Kind of in trouble.
Like my blade? Another will get you.
Justice will be served. Don't worry, I've read all about this. How can I help? I learned that in class.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 4, so.
Strike for justice!
Show them our metal!
Go progress!
Plus 8 then.
Now I've lost my place. Safety first.
I mean, they're not gonna put those things on the field though.
Cease.
Screaming helps not at all.
Stay back.
Strength and grace, beauty in the play.
I think it's over. What happens when you run out of cards? 6. It's my turn. Burn. Burn.
Now it's a party. New recruit reporting in.
Down to 4.
Fire in the caboodle!
Mhm.
New recruit reporting in.
Take your place. We've much to do. A foray into the field? How exciting! Onward to victory. You're disrupting my research.
Pretty sure you're gonna die, bro. Are you dead? And this is what happens. He has no cards in his deck. Does he lose?
All is as it should be.
Yep. Out of cards. You lose. That's what happens. I was wondering if that actually worked.
One sprint for each
Okay.
crab I saw today.
Push back the darkness. Sturdy blades, custom made. Bring in the heat.
I'll show you how it's done.
Hands are for forging, not fighting.
My sweet bun.
Discipline and steel.
Oh, wait. Looks like I can burst it to take that out.
You're covered.
What you got? Who are you pulling?
This is mercy.
Or is it through to the outline? Still my turn though. Burst, so unless you have a burst, you can't read. Wait, can you do anything? It's on my move. That was a burst, wasn't it? I don't know how you got his turn back.
Stand strong.
Protect and strike.
One way to test them out.
Very exact copy, yeah. Okay.
Our ancestors are watching!
Burn away the shadows.
No closer! Like to
Strength in grace, beauty in the play. We march! Harry, riposte, odds fair.
That should be it. Yep, this should be it. Does he have two? Nope, barriers, I don't care. Does he draw a card? Probably. That doesn't bother me. That. This is first.
This fight isn't over.
Yeah, it is. If I can get that guy who buffs elites, it'd be great. This hand would be amazing.
Ready for deployment!
These old eyes still see far and clear. How can Bromendel? A Demacian soldier is worth 10 foes. Where should we fight?
Well, that's
We should be friends. It is easy, see? Discipline and steel.
Ready to do my part!
okay. On his turn, I'll bring out Garen. Wait a minute, what is he at? 3? 3 damage.
We march. Stand behind Brom.
Interesting. Why would you want to do less with Braun? I do find that weird that you want to do less with Braun. Maybe to buff him? But no, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you do less with Braun?
Who goes there?
Still.
This would be a good winter.
So I'll go with Citra. No, I can't.
My shield is my sword. Have you met my shield? These eyes see all.
That's not dying.
You will not prevail.
9.
To the field!
What is it? Is this snow? Yeah.
Time to celebrate! Avenge me!
Show them what we're made of!
The War Mother will unite us all!
Crap.
Right on!
Ash, Elvia's
I
thought.
think I'm probably gonna
Let
lose
me
this.
tell you about Avarosa.
Sturdy blades, custom made.
Probably should have played this. Probably should have played Garen. I've probably been a better
Help me
player.
now.
Time for
What's
talking.
that?
Ha! This is fun, yes?
Stand for what's right! I gladly serve.
Break their spirits and their swords. Nothing escapes my watch. Demacia shall prevail.
Out here, only the strong survive.
We fight as one. That is our strength.
Follow my lead!
Odds there. Yield or perish. Ready the torches.
A Scar Mother does not yield.
Okay, cool.
Light the signal fire.
Let's get rid of this.
Continue without me.
Huh. Oh, avalanche.
Another fine scar.
For justice. For Demacia. Ash, Elvia's thought.
Let me tell
Well,
you
I
about
think I'm dead because
Avarosa.
she's automatically shoots that.
Avarosans, stand together.
Yeah.
All the weak in fire.
Our banner will lead the way. Have you met my shield?
Mm-hmm.
stand ready.
10. That does make a difference. Yeah, it does make a difference. Still dead. Dead on board. Oh. That's pretty good. Alright. Go up on Uzi. Hmm.
New recruit reporting in. Ready for deployment! To the field! I'll turn the tide! Demacian steel protects me! So soon! Got your back! Hey, steel! Stand strong! A noble end!
Alright.
For the honor of my house. Where you go, I go.
Hmm. What you got?
Oh, please. Another. A Demacian soldier is worth 10 foes.
Cool. Hmm. I'll take it. What's going on, everybody? I'm Demacian here, doing another deck for the... What's going on, everybody? I'm Demacian. What's going on, everybody? Demacian here again, doing another beta test deck. No, deck for the beta test X's for the Returner.